Hey guys, with the fact that we went out to LowSec with the Stratop fleet recently, I figured it was a good time to go over some basics of how the security status system works within Eve. The first thing we need to go over is your security status. And if you look at the screen, you can see me accessing mine here as a demonstration for how to pull it up. The numerical value you see here will determine where you can safely be in high-sec space without having to worry about the NPC police aggressing you as you jump in. As a general rule of thumb, if it is above negative 2.0, you are safe no matter what. That is the threshold where the police will start to aggress you in 1.0 systems, such as Amar, Perimeter, New Caldari, or any of the starter systems where new characters are introduced into the game. Those are your school systems. If you aren't concerned about going into any of these systems, then you can view the chart that is being shown on your screen now, provided by Eve University on their wiki, and that will show what standings correlate to where you can safely travel. So now, if your security status is too low, what do you do about it? There are two options. One is very simple. You probably already do it anyways, because it's one of the most prevalent ways to make money in this game. And that is to go kill some rats. For every pirate faction NPC ship that you kill, your security status will slightly increase. This is a very small amount. It's typically thousandths of a point. So this is going to take a little bit of time. You can't just go clear one site, shoot 5 rats, and you're good. It's going to take at least a couple hours, if not possibly a day or two, committed to ratting and making some money before your security status will naturally improve to the point that you can go and safely travel around in high sec. There is one skill that you can train in the game to improve the rate at which your security status improves, and that is the fast talk skill under social. What this skill will do is it gives you a 5% bonus per level trained to the speed at which your security status will improve naturally while you're killing rats. This will still take a fair bit of time, though, because you're getting a 25% bonus on such a small total. So if you don't have the time to spend ratting and you need to get back into high sec quickly, then what you need to do is take advantage of the second option for improving your security status, which is the security tag system. Now, what this system does is it allows you to take a special type of tag that will drop as loot specifically in low sec and turn it in for a security status bonus. These are the Clone Soldier Trainer, Clone Soldier Recruiter, Clone Soldier Transporter, and Clone Soldier Negotiator tags only. And they have corresponding specific security status levels where they can drop as loot. And yes, I know, you're thinking, Quinn, low-sec is so much more spooky than high-sec. I don't want to go ratting there. I don't want to farm these tags myself. And that's really easy to solve, because there are a lot of people in low-sec who don't care about their security status because they live there. They never need to worry about it. So they will take those tags when they drop, and they will fly them out to a trade hub and sell them there. Sometimes you'll actually even find them for sale in the stations that you need to turn them in at. And so what you can do is, if you have an alt that can safely fly through high sec, go to Jita, pick up some of these tags, and then move them to the station and turn them in with your main. I will explain how to do this in a minute. The other way you can get a hold of them if you don't have an alt is to just go into Jita with a pod. That is the one loophole in the security status system. Pods are always safe. You can go anywhere in HiSec in a pod, and the NPCs will never aggress you. This actually includes the rats as well, not just the police faction NPCs. What you do once you've gotten to Jita is you just go ahead and buy the tags you need, and then you find someone to move them for you. There's numbers of different ways that you can do this. You can ask in standing comms if anyone has a tune that could go and safely extract them from Jita and move them into LowSec. You can try public couriers, or you can go and use a reputable hauling service, like, for example, Black Frog or BLT, which is our own in-house jump freighter service, to move them somewhere that you can access them and then redeem them safely. I know that with BLT, they probably don't service the specific stations you would need, but you can still have them brought into nullsec, and then you can safely get them to one of these stations, as I'll show you in a minute. So now that we've gone over how to get a hold of the tags, we need to discuss how many of what type you're going to need. As you can see from this chart right here, each tag corresponds to a specific range of security status values, and you can only use them to improve your standing if you are within those values. Each tag will jump your security status by 0.5, and it doesn't matter where you end up after using the tag. What matters is where you start at. So if your security status is negative 8.001, you're going to need a clone soldier trainer tag, and that will bring you all the way up to negative 7.5001, because it gives you that 0.5 bonus no matter what. So what you need to do is look at your security status as it stands right now. As an example, I'm going to go and assume that mine is at negative 6.2. So what that will mean is that I will need 3 clone soldier recruiter tags. The first one will get me up to 5.7, the second one up to 5.2, and then the third one will get me past the negative 5 threshold to where I need clone soldier transporter tags instead. And you just extrapolate this out until you've gotten to where you want your security status to be. If you aren't really that concerned about having a slightly negative status, then you don't have to worry about the clone soldier negotiator tags at all, because those and the transporter tags are actually some of the most expensive ones, because people get worried about having a negative security status at all and will want to spike it up past 0. So they're in some of the highest demand. So now you've got your security tags. What do you do with them? At this point, you're going to want to either move them with your alt or get them couriered to a DED or Concord NPC station, because those are the only NPC stations that have the security office service, and that's how you exchange the tags. Now, you want to be very careful about which station you choose to use, because only low-sec DED and Concord stations will actually have the security office service present. Otherwise, it's just not there, and you have to go find a different station to trade them in at. Now, I already went and did the work for you if you're living with us in Pureblind. There are 2 stations, both relatively the same distance from us, that fit the bill. And they're the closest 2 stations to us. Unfortunately, both are actually about 15 to 20 jumps. And the difference between the 2 is whether you are trying to take a shuttle or if you're taking your pod. There is one that you will not want to take a shuttle to because you have to go through HiSec to get there, and that is Jan 6 Moon 21 Concord Assembly. And then there's one that you can actually take a shuttle or interceptor or whatever to, because the entire route actually goes through nullsec and lowsec if you opt for the shortest route option. And that's OB6 Moon 2 DED testing facilities. Now, once you have made it to one of these stations and have your tags present, whether you brought them yourself, got them couriered, doesn't matter. They just need to be in your item hangar. You want to go to the right side of your screen, and at the top left of that station services bar will be the security office. You're going to click on that, and you'll notice a little bar on the window. And you're going to drag that to the level where you want to raise your security status to. There will be a cost associated with doing so, but it is actually a lot less than getting the tags themselves. That's the majority of the cost. Once you've done that, you've got the money that it says it will cost in your wallet. You've got the correct number and type of security tags in your item hangar. All that is left for you to do is click that exchange tags button in the bottom right of the window, and your security status will instantly jump up to the level that you selected, and you are good to go anywhere in HiSec again. I hope that this video was helpful for you, and just remember, have fun, fly safe, fly brave.